everybody. In the background, that's the brilliant Harry Miller. I remember Harry coming over one day from Pango, and he actually played that jam downstairs with me and I, bringing back some beautiful memories. Anyway, let's get on with our program. First of all, we had a discussion earlier today with our crew about our concerns with sexual harassment towards our beautiful women, beautiful ladies, and our non-binary community. It's a wonderful discussion, and if you would like to go onto our YouTube channel next week, you will be able to watch it. We had the beautiful Beta Silepa that everybody knows, very, very, very involved in Samoana jazz. She joined us through Zoom with Leata Masafal from Australia, and then we had some beautiful panelists that were here with us tonight, which was Namu Laulu, Francesca Sione, sorry, hang on. The wonderful Valentino Maliko and the beautiful Desiree Fruin. They were our panelists for our show that was on earlier. I would like to say thank you very much for everybody who have joined us now for our live session. Thank you so much for coming. So I'm just going to say a little quick intro for those who have just arrived. Talo Falapa, if you're mine, thank you to each and every one of you for being here with us tonight. Today marks our 10th annual International Jazz Day, and we are proud to be able to host it today here at this wonderful place with you all. The celebration of the 10th International Jazz Day is truly a momentous occasion for Samoa. Music of all kinds is part of our spirit, and we are delighted to be part of this international event. Part of our Aspire's being is to support and engage with community-based projects. Our goal tonight is to contribute to raise awareness on the plights of women, girls, and our non-binary community, who are the victims of violence and prejudice. We are using the power of jazz to promote peace, education, diversity and inclusion, freedom of expression. The intercultural dialogue of music, and especially jazz, is a powerful tool with which to help us achieve our goal. The theme of tonight and the message we wish to promote is serious and cannot be understated. However, we hope to convey our message to all those people and families affected by violence and share with you our hope, joy, love, and peace. It is my pleasure this evening to be the MC to introduce to you some beautiful local talent. Now, some of these local talents are not actually jazz artists, but we have brought them in and shown them some videos and had some wonderful conversations and explained what jazz is. So they are going to mix it up. And I really hope that tonight you will enjoy what we have to offer, and it will inspire, hopefully, some future jazz artists to come out of tonight. Mahalo. So, without further ado, we would like to call on to our first with further ado, reverse, I would like to call on to open this night and this is all getting edited before it goes out on YouTube so that I'm just standing here not going like that. Okay. So, for our speaker tonight that's going to open up our live jam session, would you all please welcome Dr. Simona Merinisco, UN Resident Coordinator. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I wish on behalf of all my colleagues present here to thank to Tasi Afuk and iSpy for hosting us tonight, and to also greet all the listeners of your radio station. It is indeed a great privilege for the United Nations to be in such an environment. Actually, this is my second moment of great pride seeing the organization being part of this very, very, very interesting environment. This is not naturally a place where the United Nations would have an opportunity to speak. The first moment of pride was in 2012, in December, when the United Nations decided, through a General Assembly resolution, to set an international day for jazz. That happened in New York, and then the first celebration of the International Day of Jazz started in 2013 with a series of events that ended at the General Assembly on 30th of April, again 2013, in an event that I will never forget. But first of all, just knowing that the United Nations recognizes jazz as a very powerful means of communication, as the source of a social movement that has been so transformational, was my first moment of pride. So I thought that there was hope yet for the organization to actually adjust and change with the way the world has changed. So that wonderful evening started with 3 tower figures on the stage of the General Assembly, with Robert De Niro and with Morgan Freeman and with Michael Douglas being the hosts of the evening. I couldn't believe my eyes. We were in the General Assembly of the United Nations. And we also had, of course, Herbie Hancock being the lead of the entire evening, and bringing on stage Tony Bennett and Dee Bridgewater and Stevie Wonder. And it was the most amazing evening that I've had an opportunity, to experience, and particularly at the General Assembly. As you know, this is, so just to mention that Herbie Hancock is the Goodwill Ambassador of UNESCO, and I'm very thankful to my UNESCO colleagues here, to Nisha and her team, for putting this event together. So the Goodwill Ambassador of UNESCO, Herbie Hancock, together with the Director General of UNESCO, are actually the hosts of the International Jazz Day every year. It happened then to have the International Jazz Day in Turkey, so I was in Istanbul at the time. That wasn't a happy event, as the organization was nowhere close to what happened in New York. But anyway, I'm very happy that we continue to celebrate. We celebrate together one of the most interesting movements in art, which is jazz music. As you all know, I'm not going through the full history of jazz, but it has started indeed in late 1800s, beginning of the 20th century, far before the Universal Declaration on Human Rights of the United Nations was adopted. So we did care about our rights far before, again, that very important document and the Charter of the United Nations. And it was linked to the transformation that the world went through, urbanization and industrialization that changed, that brought tension, changed the nature of relationships. So with African Americans at the time, and then spreading through young individuals, some of them part of immigrant families, Jewish immigrants and Italian immigrants, in clubs where the police was not present and where they could express themselves in a safe space, as we call it. And then it continued, it spread in Europe, it came to the Pacific actually, and it's found in the Pacific a culture that is so artistic at heart. So I think that's a natural place for jazz, for music in general to grow. And I had an opportunity to meet with Steve Percival's help at the celebration of the International Jazz Day in 2019. I think the son of Mavis Rivers, who came to Samoa to a wonderful concert that we had the opportunity to be part of. I just want to express one particular feeling about jazz, and then I'll talk a little bit about how we are using art towards the theme of the evening. So music is all about harmony. The sound of jazz is different because it's much closer to the drama of art. It is a music of protesting, of expressing frustrations. It is a music of fighting in a non-violent way. And I hope it will stay that way. We will always need to be challenging the system. We will always need to be vocal when something is not right in our society, in our community. I live in New York City, so I encourage you when you come to New York City to go to jazz at Kitano, or to go to Jazz Standard, or to go to Lincoln Center. So there's so much live music everywhere, but jazz is very, very, very specific to New York. The second home of jazz in the United States after New Orleans. Please spend your time listening to music. We talked tonight about how important music is to reduce domestic violence and intimate partner violence, and what exactly music brings into our lives. So I would say that apart from being a way to express yourselves, the reality is that it brings a sense of inner peace that we all need to see things differently. So at the peak of your very strong emotions, negative emotions, if you allow yourselves to listen to some music, you know that very well, you're going to see totally differently whatever caused you misery that particular day. So music makes us better people, and jazz in particular combines what is good with what is not so good and allows that pressure to be released. So we launched in Samoa the Spotlight Initiative. Everybody's familiar with it, and I have some of the colleagues here who are helping us to implement the program. I'm looking at Haitoa, UN Women, at Aladdin, UNICEF, and again my UNESCO team here, UNDP, Yorn. I think where is Emil? UNFPA, he was here before. So anyway, so I'm not counting and tracking anyone. Anyway, so the Spotlight is meant to bring, to improve relationships in the family and in couple relationships, and ensure that children grow into a safe family environment. I was just thinking, the European Union allocated 500 million euros globally to reducing violence against women and girls. So 500 million euros would have achieved so much more if we had a way to live life together, to cohabitate without being violent, without harming someone that we used to love, without allowing ourselves to be hurting and being of harm to other people around us. So 500 million euros are supposed to change who we are and to help us understand that there are rights, that beyond life hardship there are a set of values that we all must share and believe in and invest in. I'm sure to reach that happy point we will need much more money, unfortunately. But again, there is, we do have, and in Samoa those are very present, very strong organizations at the community level, at the national level. We have the church as an important institution in the life of the people of Samoa who would have a voice and who would help us change things maybe with a lower level of investment. So please help us continue the fight. I think the world should be a little bit more appreciative of women and girls for the value that we bring to life, to again the members of our family, the members of our community. Women are all about loving and sharing and caring and giving life. So there are many reasons for which we should be able to enjoy equal rights and live a life freed of fear and of all forms of insecurity. So be jazz tonight, and be jazz and music always. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Simona Merda, my very, very good friend. Oh, sorry. I know, because in private we have our different names for each other. But thank you very much for that, and I am looking forward to coming with you to New York sometime. Thank you for the invitation. But absolutely, words of inspiration. So, without further ado, as I said earlier, jazz is a brand new thing over here. A lot of our jazz artists have passed on, like the Miller Boys. Well, they're overseas, and some of them have passed on. Davis Rivers, of course, gets us here for being overseas. But what we have here is what we are trying to offer and inspire jazz in Samoa is our young and upcoming artists. So, without further ado, we are going to start this live. And our first performer for the night is Ina. And nowadays, everybody just has one name, like Beyonce. Miss Ina, please, would you make your way over to For those of you who don't know Ina, she's on YouTube and she is absolutely amazing. But I'm going to ask her just to introduce herself and say something very short about herself and her thoughts about jazz and what we are trying, and the message that we're trying to get through about sexual harassment. Thank you, Ina. Before you start off, would you like to introduce yourself? Round of applause, everybody.
Hi everybody, Talofa Lava. My name is Ina Asawale, aka Ina. Well, I am passionate in music. Jazz is one of my favorite genres, and yeah, hope you all enjoy.
Ina!
My next song would be Feeling Good by Michael Bublé.
Having fun, you know what I mean. Freedom is mine, and I know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Stars when you shine, you know how I feel. The same totally pine, you know how I'm feeling.
Oh my gosh, another round of applause. Wasn't she too amazing that she runs out here? So I said we were trying to offer what Samoa had. I think she pretty much hit it. You know, she nailed it. She nailed it. And it's wonderful to have such young artists because I know she's 22 because of a singer of Sula. That's why I know she's 22. And it's just really beautiful that she does have jazz as one of her favorite genres. So that's amazing. She will be singing another song later on, Jewel. And this song is actually on YouTube and you have to watch it. It's absolutely a gem. But coming up next for you, okay. I am pointing and it's not happening. All right, the program has been changed. Coming up next, we have Spaka. Now Spaka's real name is Harry Levington Malata. He's my cousin. And we've always called him Spaka since he was a kid. And I never knew his name was Harry until I saw it on Facebook. Because back in the days we used to watch Star Trek and Spaka obviously has kind of Chinese eyes and the whole village down there in Thailand called him Spaka. In Samoan, Spaka. So I am so proud to introduce my wonderful cousin Spaka who's going to be your next entertainer. Please enjoy.
Hello everyone. I haven't done this in a while. But more, hey, happy Jazz Day everybody. We're going to do a first song for Sabu Savali. In English, she say, I am going to walk. And it's an old classic Samoan song. It was done by my grandfather as well. So I'll do that for you tonight. And then after this, we'll do a... Oh yeah, me and Tessie's birthday. And then, okay, hope you enjoy. Welcome.
Oh my Lord, lover. Well, that's what you call mixing the old with the new, and that was pretty interesting. And yeah, so Spaka actually works at UNESCO. Hope you still have a job tomorrow. But anyway, jokes, cuz that was beautiful. And I always love that song. Love that song. So what's your next one?
Yeah, this next one I wrote 2 days ago. Yeah, so I hope you guys like it.
Is it about the issues of what's going on?
Yes, this song I wrote because I was actually, my wife now, she got out of a relationship with her first husband, and she went through hell. So when she met me, this song portrays the whole thing. But I'm gonna need somebody to hold it.
I will hold it.
Yeah.
I will hold it. My Lord lover.
Here we go. It's called Stay. There comes a time when you have to walk away from love. Like a bird in the cage who wants to fly the skies above. Don't be a prisoner, there's new love to be found. You don't have to stay here with all this violence around. Stay with me now, I'll be your shelter from the rain. Stay with me now, so you can let go of the pain. Lies have become the truth, and how you live your life. Too scared and broken, and all you do is cry. Don't be a prisoner, there's new love to be found. Yeah. You don't have to stay here with all this violence around. Yeah. Stay with me now, I'll be your shelter from the rain. Stay with me now, so you can let go of the pain. Stay with me now, you don't have to hide. Stay with me now, there's no more hurting inside. Thank you, everyone.
Sorry, Scott, but before you go off, that was brilliant. That was so beautiful. So we wrote that a couple of days ago. Could you just remind us again why you wrote it? It's a beautiful song. It has a wonderful message.
Yeah. Well, I guess every now and then we get that confidence to do something. So when this event came along, and I thought I would just contribute this to the violence around this, and guys, stop hitting the girls because it's not good. It brings guys like us, nice gentlemen, in a really bad mood. So I hope no more fighting, just spread love and peace.
No, thank you so much. Thank you so much for those beautiful words. All right, drink up everybody. Drink up everybody. The bar is still open. There are still pools out there with something to eat. There's some walkers and also nice little goodies to set your stomach. Set your stomach on tonight. Okay, our next amazing artist is Valentina. I think most of us already know who Valentina is. Valentina, please, would you like to introduce your beautiful self before you start off with your item for tonight? Thank you.
Tisley. Talofa everyone, my name is Valentina Mariko, and for those of you that do not know, I am one of the co-directors alongside Glenville Christopher Lord for Space, which is Samoa Performing Arts and Creative Excellence. We are based in Punalei, and you are more than welcome to come visit whenever you want. So my first number will be At Last by Etta James. I hope you enjoy. Has come along, and my lonely days are over, and life is like a song. Oh yeah, and skies above are blue, and my heart was wrapped up in clover. The night I looked at you, I found a dream that I can speak to, a dream that I can call my own. I found a thrill to press my cheek to, a thrill that I have never known. Oh yeah, just when you smile. Oh, then the spell is gone, and here we are in heaven. For you were mine. So my next song, I'm gonna try to take it a little bit easier. It is "What a Wonderful World" by Louis Armstrong. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed day, dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, all the faces, people going by. I see friends shaking hands and saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I see babies crying, I see them grow. They'll know so much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I think to myself, wonderful world. Take it off.
Please, another round of applause for Valentino. Another one of his one name club right here. Oh, it's just beautiful. And what a beautiful song to sing, because absolutely it is the truth. It is a wonderful world, and it's really up to us to make it more wonderful. And again, thank you everybody for joining us tonight to celebrate jazz and to also discuss the hard discussions of sexual violence and abuse against girls, women, non-binary community. Thank you all for coming in and being part of taking this initiative forward. So thank you so much, Valentino. And my cousin Spaka, aka Harry Nathan. Okay, so before we get on to the rest of our artists, I would just like to invite up one of my really good friends, who is also one of the one name, in the one name club, like Madonna, Adele, and Beyonce. Please, can I have a round of applause for Ms. Nisha?
Go Beyonce.
Hi Nish, how you been?
Giving me a job. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm not going to go into any protocols. And what I would say probably would violate the protocols. Our first artist, and I would say first artist, not the speaker, of the UN system, Simona Marinescu, when she was started talking to you, it felt that she has not really been working. She has been following the International Jazz Day. Being in all the fun places wherever jazz is celebrated. So now we know and we have once a year an opportunity to do the assessment. So that's said in a lighter way, and coming to the ceremonial part of it, before I say anything else, I want to acknowledge the pioneering role in Samoa, not only in this Samoa but also in American Samoa, that the Samoana Jazz Board and Festival, Art Festival, has played in the last 7 years in bringing jazz to Samoa as a festival. I wouldn't say bringing jazz as a genre to Samoa because it was there and we heard about Maris Rivers. But celebration of jazz is rather new. And I'm very privileged to have witnessed this journey in Samoa for the last 4 years. And I remember my first International Jazz Day was at the Tiapapaka Arts Center. It was quite a dreamy day. The whole of the Arts Center was engulfed in clouds. It was drizzling. And we had young people from 5-year-old to 20-year-old who heard jazz for the first day as a work. They didn't know the music. And they had 10 days to prepare, and what a performance it was. And the second one was equally interesting. It went into the streets of Samoa. So coming from these variety of celebrations that starts in this Samoa, travels to American Samoa, goes around the world, and comes back to this Samoa in November every year, which may not happen this year, but what a remarkable journey jazz travels each year. And this is thanks to Samoana Jazz and Arts Festival. So please, a round of applause for them. And now I have the job to communicate to you what the UNESCO's Director General, Audrey Azoulay, has to say about this day. So every year UNESCO releases a statement, and usually it is not so boring statement, simply because it's about music. If you want to witness finest of art, come to UNESCO. If you want to see the most magnificent of heritage, come to UNESCO. And if you want to see most revolutionary ideas, come to the authors who are with UNESCO. You want to see the most radical of journalists, come to UNESCO. So it is an organization of expressions, of creativity, of imagination. And jazz brings all this together. So please bear with me. I would not like to annoy my Director General, but if I can't resist and pepper it with a little bit of treat in between, don't take it too hard. This 10th International Jazz Day is an opportunity to celebrate once again this rich musical tradition. Jazz is a musical multiple reality, forged through encounters between cultures, instruments, and people. For decades, jazz has been vibrating everything that musicians have put into it, while continuing to invite us to new horizons at the turn of each chord. It is this openness of jazz to improvisation, to the other, that makes it essentially a music for peace. As the great jazzman and UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador, Herbie Hancock, who initiated the International Day, pointed out, in the UNESCO Korea. Jazz, precisely because it is played in a spirit of acceptance of the other, conveys humanist values, essential of mutual understanding, dialogue, and respect. At a time when the COVID-19 pandemic all too often accentuates the tensions in our societies, leading to the resurgence of prejudice and discrimination, more than ever, we need this essential invitation from jazz to respect the other. While this is said on a very serious note, we saw today how in this musical tradition we began with jazz and we easily melted into Samoan tradition. And thank you, Harry and Manu, for bringing that in. The power of universality of this music has never ceased to break down barriers, striving for freedom from slavery, dialogue from separation, uniting all, going beyond origins, borders, and classes in music and creation. Jazz also holds the strength of improvisation, which overcomes all obstacles and allows this tradition to renew itself without losing its way. At a time when a multiple crisis underlines the urgency of reinventing our societies, our relationship to the world and to each other, the flexibility, audacity, and optimism of jazz can inspire us to celebrate with Nina Simone a new dawn, a new day. More than ever, we need jazz, but jazz also needs us. And this is an important point as we are celebrating today, to remember what COVID-19 has done to the world of art, to the world of artists, and to our musical traditions. This day is also an opportunity to express our support for musicians all over the world who have suddenly lost their income as concert venues, clubs, and bars have closed. They have continued to share their music wherever they can, online or in their streets, without losing their generosity, their impetus and inventiveness. It is up to us to show them that they have not lost their audience either. We are delighted to be able to count once again on the unfailing commitment of the Herbie Hancock Institute of Jazz. It allows us to celebrate the anniversary together online and let the power of jazz resonate around the world. We must stand in solidarity with musicians and with all the artists, as UNESCO has been doing for the past year by giving them the opportunity to express themselves in more than 255 Resili art debates in more than 110 countries. This is in order to invent together ways of overcoming the crisis and building the culture of future. On this special anniversary, let us share the last wish of Chick Corea, a legend and an embodiment of jazz, who actually passed away this February. And he said, I quote, "I have hope that those who feel the urge to play, to write, to perform in a show can do so It is not for themselves, then for us. Not just because the world needs more artists, but because it is more fun. And I will conclude here, and I would say that let us enjoy this evening, because in each misery, each pain, there is delight. And jazz is a musical tradition that came from those back rooms, from the yards where the slaves were put together. It was their misery that brought out this beautiful tradition, which now the whole world owns and celebrates. Thank you very much.
Lola, very inspirational words indeed. Please can I have another round of applause for a very good friend of mine, Miss Nisha. Yes, and just in case you all missed it, what Miss Nisha had mentioned earlier, UNESCO was here for me.
Can I interrupt a little bit?
You, of course, my dear. Come.
I think I came before Madonna did. Not in age. And the tradition of single names has been there for centuries.
Well, there you go. If you don't know, now you know.
She's ahead of Madonna.
But she is the queen of the One Name Club. Lord. So absolutely, so all you inspiring artists out there, UNESCO is looking for you. So girlfriend, I got your number. I'll see you on Monday. My Lord, thank you for those beautiful inspirational words and a bit of history. But now we are going to go back to the music. And our next artist, and check this out, guys, it's been so many changes, but it doesn't matter. That's how we roll inside. Our next artist is a beautiful, absolutely stunning young lady, Ms. Desiree, and she is here to represent the non-binary community, and she is just absolutely amazing. Please welcome her.
Thank you. Wow, that was awesome. When I said I love listening to heartbreak songs, I meant I also love singing them. So this is one of my top favorites, and I wish you guys enjoy it.
So my love
beautiful Desiree that just performed that wonderful number. Okay, let me get my papers. And my glasses. But again, I want to say a special thank you to my two besties, Simona, girlfriend, hi, and Miss Nisha, who has now told us that one name has started a very long time ago. That's right, we're doing lunch. I hope you'll be next week. Okay, thank you. Answer my texts. But who is coming up next? Thank you, Desiree. So, our next item is actually Desiree and Ina. Ina was our first performer. And again, if you would like to follow them on Instagram and YouTube, they had some beautiful, amazing videos out. So, Desiree and Ina, would you like to make your way into the overview? And only real Samoan girls wear flats. That's right. Or no shoes. artists who were willing to give it a go, but they said that they would just like to sing some other genres as well. But that was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Desiree and Ina. So we would like to welcome Ina now back onto the stage. And like I said, hit her up on Instagram. She is amazing. And it looks like Ina doesn't know the schedule. Tap, tap. But again, you know what tonight is dedicated to. It is jazz night. And guess what, guys? We are the first. We're the very first in the world. Thank you for the one thing wonderful is that you have turned us back. So we are actually doing jazz night before New York. And it's really wonderful. Herbie Hancock and Michael Douglas are the hosts and everything. But I'm really sorry all you have is me. But anyway, thank you very much. I love you, Stevie Wonder. But back on to Herbie Hancock. If you guys don't know who he is, before he became the ambassador, one of his very famous songs back in the 80s when we were all in high school and college, right, Zita? When we were all, it was like, blinded me with science. You guys remember that song? That is Herbie Hancock, okay? But then he became the ambassador of jazz. But anyway, I'm going to give it over to the real artist over here, Miss Ina. Woo!
Hi everyone, my last piece will be the jokes. Hope you all enjoy. The jokes. Your favorite melodies and your boy with your quiet voice and the impeccable style. You never let them steal your joy and your kindness to keep them from running wild. They can get dirty in your face, dress you down and tell you that your place is in the middle. They bring you away.
she chose that song particularly because of what we are trying to promote. Let her speak. You have a voice. And wasn't that absolutely amazing? Oh, Miss Ina, could we please have another round of applause? And for that beautiful, absolutely spot on song. And I think she's crying outside. That was lovely. Let her speak. That's what tonight is about. We have voices. We have voices. If we're going to sing it, if we're going to say it, however we're going to do it, we're going to be heard. My Lord. Okay. Thank you, everybody, again for attending tonight. Thank you for being part of the Jazz Night, Jazz Jam, and also thank you for being part of the hard discussions that we have. Okay, that's my favorite little guy. But anyway, thank you for being part of the hard discussions, which is only difficult if we choose to make it difficult. It is a discussion, so let's just discuss it. That's right. And one message we have to get out to our girls and our women and our non-binary community is it's not your fault. Full stop. It's not your fault. Just speak up. Okay, my Lord lover. Well, we have got just 2 more artists left. And it is Isaac. Please, everybody give him a round of applause. And I hope you enjoy the young talent that we are presenting tonight. Isaac! Oh my gosh, I heard you 3 months ago. You're amazing. Come. Please, round of applause for Isaac.
Good evening, everyone. As you all know, my name is Isaac. I'm 17, and I love jazz. And I'm thankful to be here. I'll be singing Mrs. Jones by Michael Bublé. This one's for the lovers. They don't belong to each other. We got a thing going on. We both know that it's wrong, but it's much too strong to let it go now. We meet every day at the same cafe. Call me 6:30, and I know she'll be there, holding hands, making all kinds of plans, while the jukebox plays our favorite song. Me and Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones, we got a thing going on. You gotta feel the trumpets with me in this one. We both know that it's wrong, but it's much too strong to let it go now. We have to be extra careful that we don't build our hopes up too hard, 'cause she's got her own obligations, and so do I. Me and Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones. get to the jazz, you know. Jazz is lovely, jazz is great, jazz is life. It's crazy because when it's time for us to be leaving, and it hurts so much inside. Cause she will go her way and I'll go mine. But tomorrow we'll be at the same place at the same time. Me and Mrs. Jones. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. You're a rough dude. Thank you, everyone.
Isaac!
Oh my gosh, Isaac, don't even walk away. Isaac, don't even walk away. You need to bring that back. Because I think all the Mrs. Jones and the Mr. Joneses tonight are really appreciating that song. I see some like, what's her name with the... You know who I'm talking about. Do you have another song for us? Oh, come on, that was just too entertaining. Who is 17 years old and can sing jazz? Oh. Treasure box. Apparently treasure box. Oh, that was fantastic. Did you have another song for us? Or would you like to go have a breather and come back? I'll come back. Oh, please, a round of applause for the youngest 17-year-old jazz singer presenting for Mr. and Mrs. Jones. Whatever the Joneses is happening tonight. Oh my God, that was so entertaining. I think Sharon Stone was the name I was looking for. Right? Okay, you're not listening. Okay, let me get my paper. Are you guys enjoying this live? It's been a long time, hasn't it? It's been a long time since we've done some beautiful live music. And it's wonderful to know that we do have some young and inspiring artists who are going to hopefully make it out of this alive and become something wonderful. Anyway, there was Isaac, another one of our one-day gang with Valentino and my girl Misha and my other girl. Don't yell out my best friend's name. I know. Oh, okay. To all my best friends over in INSTA, I love you so much. I'm not just trying to upbend you right now. But again, I had to remind you of what you had said. If you need something, hit up your INSTA. Okay, it's going to get good. Thank you thank you, Ellen, my girl. High five. We can high five with each other every night. Ellen is a very good friend of mine as well. And that's not a lie. Everything else is a lie. But yeah. But we've been planning this for about 6 weeks now. So thank you, sister, for coming down and making this happen because it has been beautiful. Okay, so we have got Valentino coming up. And then after that, we're going to have the SDG band. And that's going to be our finale for the night. We're so blessed to have these local artists to come and do this for us. We are looking forward to Peter and Lata, Peter Sulepa and Lata returning next year, and that we can hopefully do the Summer on the Jazz Festival with my besties right there. Thank you. Anyway, Valentino, it's yours. Valentino, what happened to your arm?
There was a car accident. I'm not sure. Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone's enjoying your night. So this last song of mine is Summertime. Bear with me, it's kind of hard to find the key in the first couple of tabs. Summertime and the living is easy. So sorry about that. It started a bit late. Sorry, I'm gonna restart that.
Wonderful.
Summertime and the living is easy. The fish are jumping in and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich and your mom's good again. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna wake up singing and spread your wings and learn to take to the sky. That morning, there's nothing that can harm you. With your mama and daddy standing by.
Oh, too beautiful, too beautiful. Isaac, are you ready? Yes, you are still singing, you're still singing. Thank you, another round of applause for Valentino. So, any of you guys who are interested in dancing, hit up Valentino. So Valentino took over our very, very dear friend Alan Arrow's studio. And we miss him and love him so much. So there's a few of them right here. Would you like to come up and say something about space really quickly? Come on down. I'm right on the shadow stand for you. Oh, this is one of my really good friends. And he's going to tell you a little bit about space. A very, very important space for all of us.
So, thank you so much. Bulvinaka, my name is Glenville Lord, I'm from Fiji, and I'm proud to be one of the co-directors of Space. Space, Samoa Performing Arts and Creative Excellence, is we cater to the youth here in Samoa in terms of development through the performing arts, and in terms of them speaking their truth and their struggles. You know, we have the Alan Alo Arts Festival coming up in June, and so that will be out on our social media platforms soon. But Samoa Performing Arts and Creative Excellence is committed to Samoa's performing arts and its creative excellence. Thank you so much.
Minaka Bakalevi, my brother. Thank you so much for that, but please hit them up. Alan Arrow did a wonderful job, and our beautiful brothers over here have continued this wonderful work. So please hit up Space. And to just my friends over there, Mr. You are my best friends, right? My little lover. Okay, so coming up next, thank you, Valentino, for that wonderful number of Summertime, one of my favorite jazz numbers. So, Here he is. One of my very, very good friends, Francesca. Hi, Francesca. How are you doing? He is wonderful. Now, this band is from SVG. It's VSG. It's VSG. That's right. And this group uses music to heal. We all know what SVSG does. This is the president of SVSG. I'm so sorry. I did that from the thing. But their work is absolutely amazing, and we always want to thank everybody that support us. But I'm going to hand the microphone over to him because he will say it so much better. The work that they do with these beautiful, beautiful damaged souls that end up becoming amazing, amazing artists. So I'm going to give it to my very, very good friend right now.
Thank you, Tessie. Hello, everyone. How's it going? Don't worry. We're the last item for tonight, so bear with us. Just a brief and a short explanation of what we do. I'm pretty sure you are all well versed with the work that we do and the service that we provide. And as for the gigs and the shouts, like I mentioned before in my interview, in the panel discussion, we use music, and we are now using music, and music is now part of their curriculum that we teach, you know, in the School of Hope. In the Fields of Hope, we have the School of Hope where we teach these youngsters, these young, bright, very talented young people, young children. And fortunately, we did a little bit of study about music therapy, and we noticed that it has helped a lot of people, and it has helped save many lives around the world. And so we thought maybe it will also work for Samoa, to the context of Samoa. And praise be to God that it worked, and it has, you know, made our work much easier in communicating with these children, because whenever they cannot talk to us, we think of that situation as dangerous if they don't talk to us. Music has created a very close relationship between the children and the workers and the patrons, and it has made the work much easier. So tonight, we're going to share the same music therapy as we do with kids with you all tonight. Thank you very much for the support. Thank you, Justin. Thank you.
Great question. No, it's fine. I hope you will enjoy these absolutely beautiful musicians, artists.
Just a brief interview. This is Tami Lima, ladies and gentlemen. She was a Star Search winner, so she's going to perform for you this evening.
Single girl trying to be comfortable in here. I'm so sorry to say. First, I had to apologize because I haven't even sang a jazz song before. But I'll try my best tonight just to sing for you all. A song that I can sing, it's a mixture of jazz and pop. It's called the Rock With You by Michael Jackson. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
bit of something terrible comes something so amazingly beautiful. Please, another round of applause for our USG singers. And here's what she did.
So I love this singing and also I have nothing by Whitney Houston. Hope you enjoy it.
Beautiful. So, when you're adjusting, is this your song? You adjust your hair. Is this your song?
Take me for what I am. There's nowhere to hide.
Jonathan Wayne. Oh my goodness, was that beyond amazing? The message, round of applause for this beautiful, amazing artist. And everything that we were trying to promote tonight, this is what it is. And what a wonderful, wonderful song that you had picked. Don't walk away from me. I'm asking for your help and everything, but thank you so much. What a beautiful, amazing artist you are. Please, another round of applause. Are you running away? You're going to sing another one. Are you running away? You're going to sing another one.
Okay, so if you all want me to sing more, then please go.
This is part of the finale, so everybody grab a drink, enjoy, take in the message.
Kalay pa, Mama naman, sila.
the light and the beauty. So we're going to finish it off because we had some requests for my girlfriend, my friend, my very good friend Olivia, my very good friend Francesca, who I don't know if a lot of you know is a lawyer, and also the president of SBSG. But he has been requested to sing our finale for tonight. And then after that, we're going to ask all our artists to come in and take a bow and wrap it up. So round of applause for my very good friend Francesca. I have so many very good friends tonight, but you are one of my girls.
Thank you. Else, see Dita around here? Oh, Dita. Yeah, the one name flag. So, requested to sing Let It Rain. Unfortunately, I'm gonna do it my way. If you don't mind. Yeah. It's been ages since I last sang, so please, it's not the voice, it's the words of the song.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I live a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do and saw it through without exception. I planned each charted course and on the highway, and more, much more than this, I did my way. Come on, sing along with me. Yes, there were times I dreamed when I belonged more than I could choose. But when we love, when there was times I didn't know everything out. I faced it all, and I should know that it is love I've loved and cried. I've had my faith and my share of losing. And now, as tears subside, I find it all so
was the message about what we were talking about tonight. So you all know Francesca is the president of SBSG. Please support us, because this is the wonderful work that we are doing. We are using music to heal, Oh my Lord, that was absolutely amazing. I actually looked around, everybody was singing. A round of applause. Please, I'd like to call up all the artists that performed tonight. Could you come and take a bow, please? And we have come to the end of our show. We are so grateful for your attendance and your appreciation. And yes, and the start of our jazz journey. Absolutely. Oh, give it up for Harry. So my son, my cousin, aka his papa. Give it up for the SVG crew. Give it up for Desiree, who's standing on INSTA right now. Give it up for Desiree, one of the most beautiful girls who can sing up and down and round and round. Give it up for Ina. Give it up for Isaac. That was very entertaining. Isaac, the 17-year-old jazz artist. Give it up for Valentino. Now, half of these guys were our and Manu. Give it up for Manu. So already know the difference between young jazz and old jazz. Please, a round of applause for our performers today. Thank you so much for a beautiful night.
Can you come to the front so we can take a photo of all of you?
Get to the front.
Can we all sing something together?
Do you guys know a song? Well, we have like 3 microphones with all different sounds. So, is there a song that you guys would like to sing together? We're gonna set this up and we're gonna put these guys on the spot and we're gonna force them to go.
Oh, thank you, Sina.
Please can the microphone people and then aren't they beautiful? This is what Samoa is trying to offer to jazz. We're trying to offer, but I've been blown away by how amazing they are tonight. You ask for it and you're gonna get it. And that's what true artists are. They're gonna just say, hey, we're singing this and we're gonna do it. Okay?